Look at this.
Misha, in classic Misha, they're never together. I don't know, I can't really say a Jared Misha style, but like the second you sort of like the song, like, they're there. I'm like, really? But Misha was moshing backstage. He's very energetic, he's very alive, he's very excited. Very excitable. I think it's the...
What is he talking about?
I just, you know.
Can I tell you really quickly, because I know he's limited time, and then we're going to leave.
It's actually kind of our panel, so...
No, I know, I just want to tell real quick, Jared. It's just a real quick thing.
Okay,
Someone said if me and Rich could play Freaky Friday with you and Jensen and switch bodies for the day, right? What would be the first thing you'd do as them, and what would you be afraid they'd do as you? And I had you, we decided I'd be you.
Fair, that's fair. The hair, the beard.
Well, not even that, man. Just to be fucking tall. It was so awesome. I was so excited about that idea. You know what I mean?
Are you kidding me? I will never, I will never as an adult know what it's like to drive a smart car and not feel cramped. What I would give.
That is so sad.
I said I want to be able to talk to somebody like this. Play basketball, like for real.
When they're not sleeping, just on the ground.
Yeah, exactly.
You always can. You always just walk to somebody taller and be like, hey man, what's up little guy?
Hey buddy. Yeah, and then I said, what would I...
By the way, nope, I'm not gonna go there.
Yep. No, go, do it. Good call. It's always a good idea to go there.
And the thing I'd be afraid of, with you as me that same day, everything. Dear God. Anyway.
I would love a day in the life of Rob. You would be wanted by the FBI for the rest of your life. Yeah, it'd be bad for you.
Yeah, no, it would be really bad.
To be able to walk around in the forest and see the underside of mushrooms.
That's a great... Fantastic. Have fun.
Dude, the idea of being able to just see you later.
No, keep going.
For Misha and I, we have the far side, that aisle, this aisle, that far side. But to be Rob and just run under the chairs all the way up, in the case of a fire,
yeah,
it would be safe. Yeah?
You lose a flower for that one.
I deflowered myself.
Just agree not to fight.
Don't touch me in front of my friends.
We had a photo session just now, and I admittedly was a little aggressive when I was pinching Mark's nipple.
Which you kind of have to be. I mean, you
have to. I mean, you're not gonna. You don't half tweak it. So, but he was pretty pissed.
I think it's a flirting mechanism. The more turned on he gets, the more angry he pretends to be.
Makes sense.
Pretend. I'll be Mark. You be Misha. Let's go. Let's reverse. But don't full on tweak me like you tweaked him. But we'll do some acting. I'll be the part of Mark.
There's no way I'm not gonna do it.
I really hated that. I hated that so much. I will punch you really good from behind.
It was. That's an uncanny impersonation. Walk away.
I am so angry. Don't you look at me, you sexy beast. Anyways, that was Mark Shepard. Mark, you here? Okay, good.
How much of your own personal input do you get to contribute to your character development throughout the show?
Well, so the writers will occasionally call us for our input on things. Like they'll say, Hey,
What kind of
Misha,
input you got?
or something like that, which is implied that they want our feedback. And if we start to talk, they obviously often lose the connection.
We have, in all fairness, we have a slightly different experience. I don't want to. I feel like I'm being an asshole or something.
No.
But honestly, like, if they call Jensen or me, and we're like, hey, Bob Singer, I want to say, I'm going to the store, not, hey, I'm headed to the store. He'll go like, oh, I totally understand, and we'll read the rewrites, and it still says, I'm headed to the store, not I'm going to the store. So they appease us with like,
They'll
we'll
listen.
change it.
They'll listen
Then
to Jared and Jensen.
They'll listen and
They
say
won't
like,
do what they say, but they will. Listen.
Exactly. Yeah. So.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff you see on the screen in the final cut had nothing to do with what we said.
Yeah. I wouldn't say a lot of the stuff.
All of it.
I'd say all of it. Yeah. I mean, let's go with all of it. Yeah. Thank you for your question.
Thank you. That was super great.
Thanks for visiting us here in Hawaii. All the way from Arizona.
Who left that on?
Carry on.
So I was wondering if you can give any hint of what's to come after Gish Wish, since that's over. Any tiny little hint at all?
Yeah, I can. What I like to do when I talk about what's to come with Gish Wish is do it to a musical accompaniment. As you know it. It's not the same as you thought. It's what we're looking at is real change. It's not something that you can predict the melody of.
I cannot believe I forgot Richard Marx. Okay, let me see my fingers. It's pretty good. This keyboard is out of tune.
Yeah, there's something wrong. I was noticing that it does seem to be a little bit broken.
This is bullshit. Any more questions for Misha? Because I can
I'll tell you this much. It will be something similar, different, better.
I got it.
Thank you. Hi.
She's like, aw.
Since you're both such incredible actors, how much
Well, one of us. Yeah, whatever.
how much
This is
inspiration?
Misha, not Jensen. This is the second panel.
It's a lighting you can't
It's a
probably.
lighting. Can we turn the lights up?
How much
Oh, come on, don't be so mean to him. Yes.
how much inspiration or influence do you think that
Oh
you've
yes,
given
we love
Jensen?
that term.
I've influenced most of Misha's face. As far as like
Expressions or
like shock. Yeah. You said you. Yeah, I feel like
Will you rephrase the question, please?
How much inspiration or influence do you think you're that?
so. Some people, in all honesty, I like to inspire, influence, like from. From the inside. Misha is he's very externally influenced. Like he's got a lot of inspiration and influence sort of in his features. You know, you hold a straight face no matter what's influencing you at the time. Would you agree, or am I like out of line?
Oh, no. That's pretty much spot on. Yeah.
Would you say spot on, or pretty much?
I'm amazed that we
Are not in prison. Yeah.
managed to revisit this particular topic.
Yeah, how'd you find out about him getting influenced?
Yeah.
Internet. Influence. Internet. Inspiration. Yeah. So anyways, he loves
I like the idea that this little portion of the song that you know just becomes our cool down interlude. When we get too close to the edge, we're afraid that there might be influence all over the place up here.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and I think we answered your question. Hi.
Hi. If you could clone yourself, what would you make your clone do that you hate doing?
Probably look like this.
I would never wish that on my clone. No.
You would want an improvement? I'll be back. No, I'm coming up here to relieve you, my friend.
Whoa.
In front of him. All right. Thank y'all.
Ladies and gentlemen, the smoothest guy in Supernatural, Jared Padalecki.
Thank y'all very much. I'm going to play myself off.
Just make sure you wipe up any influence back there.
Sounds like it's been a real PG kind of a panel here.
Yeah, we're totally copacetic. You're doing great. By the way, this is what it's like on the set, too. I remember the first scene that we had on location together, Jensen. And it was in a playground.
I hate to interrupt this musical genius thing that's going on right here. We have a birthday in the family, and we want to give a cake to a member of our...
Oh, there she is.
It's just finding her.
It's Stephanie.
12 years and counting, so she is a wonderful human being. All right, guys, carry on.
Jared, are you taking requests?
So we were shooting at a playground.
That's right.
We had a scene where we're talking on a bench. And I remember distinctly Jared walking down the path nearby, just off camera, shouting and throwing things at us. And you said, "You're a child." And I thought, what have I gotten into? It was a lovely memory.
There were other words that I wanted to use, but we were in a public park,
It was a children's playground.
and there were children around. And then,
And I may have
in yelling
sanitized.
that you're a child, I realized that I just insulted every child that was on that playground. I know, it was funny. How's it going, Mish?
It's going great.
I just want you to know that this is generally what it's like filming a scene with the three of us.
That's actually remarkably accurate.
Yeah, no, it's remarkably accurate. Imagine two guys just there to do their job and do it well. And then
A challenge.
and then having a swarm of bees come through that you literally have just learned to completely ignore. And it may sting a bit, and it may be a little uncomfortable.
Just warming up. Just warming up.
Sometimes that swarm of bees moves on. And sometimes it doesn't. We should probably just take some questions.
Yeah, what's your question?
Hi. How do Dean and Cass keep influencing each other to fight the good fight?
Well, one thing we do is we just turn off the music. Nope, he's got two keyboards, guys.
Who left the keyboards on up here? Somebody is in big trouble.
No, because basically, if you want to handle things, sometimes you just got to take a hands-on approach. And the good news is he still hears it.
So you're asking us about Dean and Cass influencing each other?
Sure, inspiring each other.
Hey, did y'all hear the one about when that white horse fell in the mud?
Most days. Most days. Just like that. Yes, that's why we don't have nice things.
I mean, we do have remarkable moments on set. Where
Remind me.
where I think he's not really doing that, is he? But he is.
Alex, it sucks. It sucks. I know. Okay, hold on. I got this.
Misha made a friend. You need to stick with the kid in case he, you know.
Yep.
In case he,
Yep.
All right, here we go. Lock it up.
Hang on.
No. I'll handle it. You stick with the kid in case he, you know.
Okay.
Someone's dead, Cass. You stick with the kid in case he.
It's so not fair because they don't see what you're doing and they just think it's unprofessional.
We're on camera.
So I'm really good, as you can attest, at like staying in character, not breaking, being super focused, because I'm just in another character. I'm in character. I'm thinking like Cass. So when Cass sees Sam. I don't know if I can quite do it, but I'll just demonstrate a little bit. I'll demonstrate a little bit. He had his jacket on, and his arm went inside his jacket in such a way that you couldn't see that his arm wasn't in his jacket, and then he just turned around and went like this. And I just stayed so focused and didn't break at all. And that's pretty par for the course.
Yeah, no, I mean, normally, you know, most people, you'd lose them for a half an hour. But you really held it together that day.
I always do. You know what? Sometimes what's remarkable is sometimes the camera operator will say, Brad will say, Misha, nice work. You almost didn't break there, or something like that to encourage.
Yeah, it's never a compliment of like, wow, that was really an amazingly emotional scene, and you really knocked it out of the park.
I don't get that.
It's wow, you really were able to deliver your lines
for part of that scene.
And it was, I could understand what you were actually saying.
Yeah. I get that sometimes from the crew, which is so. It's like that's so.
You really, I mean, you reach for the stars. You should be proud of yourself.
I'm actually really proud of the moment when I decided to stop trying to not break, because there was a period of several years where I was like, oh, there's something wrong with me. Like, why is it that I always laugh? And then I was like, you know what? Fuck them. I'm going to laugh. And they're just going to have to wait. And that was a very liberating moment for me. Because I was doing all this shit, like trying to bite my cheeks and things like that to try to not laugh.
And it's interesting now because Alex who plays Jack. Is now trying to do anything and everything that he can not to break. And he's going to that idea of like, I'm gonna get fired. Like I can't.
Yeah, I mean,
why am I laughing? Why am I breaking? Why am I allowing these idiots to get to me? Idiot. It's really just guilt by proximity at this point. I don't help. Put it that way.
The first scene that we all had together was because I've been through this now for years and years, almost a decade, where every time we're in a scene together, I'm basically abused by the two of them. And it's very hard. There was that one time when you actually apologized to me the next day because it was so bad. Remember that?
I legitimately felt bad about that day.
Yes, you should have.
Like it went to a point of no return.
Yeah.
And we didn't stop.
No, they didn't. And so I've been through that, and I know the pain, and I know the pain of the fact that the director is always in another room watching on the monitor, so they don't see the shit that you're doing
off camera.
They just see what I'm doing on camera, and they're like, Misha, come on, man, pull it together. And I'm like, that's not fair. Somebody is touching my gonads. Anyway, having lived through that and knowing the experience of how traumatic that is, when Alex came along and started to get abused by you guys, I was like, sweet! Finally, somebody, and I just jumped right on board, and it was like, really?
I do have to say that day, that horrible day, it was so he was such a whipping post that it got so fun that everybody started to join in. So much so that our B camera operator, Brian Rose, had the camera on his shoulder, was filming Misha. I was standing directly next to him. And Brian, in the middle of the take, just decided to just take his shorts off. And Misha's like, you too? Really? And Brian's like...
That was the day that people drove over from the production offices to watch.
Oh, that's right, yeah. They were like, oh, it's
on, guys.
It's Kill Misha Day.
Game on.
And that's when I was like, okay, this may have ballooned
you know what
out
my
of control.
favorite part of that day was when we turned around and the camera was on you guys. I was like, I'm gonna fucking get these guys. I'm gonna get them. So I made a paper airplane and I threw it and it just went like straight into the floor right in front of me. So humiliating.
I don't know what's better, the fact that you thought, I'm gonna get them. I'm going to make a paper airplane and throw it at them. Or the fact that amazing plan of just sweet revenge went like this. I mean, you really knocked it out of the park with that one.
I really did. Woo. Yeah. Let's not talk about this anymore.
We can move on.
Hey guys, who am I?
Because I love that.
I thought it was funny.
Because this wasn't Cass's version of a cowboy walk.
It was Misha's.
This was Misha's version of a cowboy walk. And it very closely resembles Goofy. From Disney. And that's okay. And then he looks at me and he's like, well, that's what you're doing. And I'm like, no. I'm walking like this. No. Now that's a cowboy walk.
Thanks for asking.
No, what was the inspiration for that though? Were you literally just trying to think of the most annoying accent you could possibly think of, or? Or did you have a cold that day?
I was no, because I had to switch back and forth between.
It was very nasally.
It was really
like a very up here.
It was very
for some weird reason. I don't know why.
That was actually pretty good. That reminded me of that episode, The End, when you were playing two, like, future Dean and present Dean talking to each other, and there was this moment when you were sitting.
Yeah, but I wasn't playing different Dean. I was playing.
Yeah, but it was two Deans, but they were like slightly, one had been.
One was just 5 years into living in an apocalypse world. That's it.
Okay, whatever. Yes, admittedly, there was very little nuance between the characters.
My voice.
I remember watching.
For no reason.
I remember you sitting on the ground. It was raining.
Ding, 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 ding.
It was raining, and you were sitting on the ground, and there was like smoke coming out of your ears when you were shooting that episode. Like you were like, "I will never do this again." You probably will do it again because they'll write a script and you have to do whatever they say. But it was really hard.
It's really difficult.
It was really hard, and the way we were filming that, they kept on. They were like,
you need to do.
You know what? Switch characters. Switch character. I mean, like that. Like switch characters. Do it again, but do it as the other guy. And that's how.
So you almost needed that accent to differentiate.
I needed something to differentiate it.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
that makes sense.
Otherwise,
you would have been so.
No one watching it would have had any idea which character was which.
Right.
Which
That's
would
true.
have been confusing, and I wouldn't have known which was which.
That's true.
And I barely did as it stood. So.
I thought it was good. Hey, buddy.
Hey, man.
How's it going?
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
What are we doing, bro? What are we doing? I told this story in our panel about Jensen, you know you're winning. This is my face when I'm winning. This is my face when I'm losing. This is my face.
Is this
charming man to play cards?
Is that cards? I recognize cards, Jensen. Yeah,
that's cards. No, charming man to play cards with. Real delightful.
Rob was on my team one time playing cards.
Yeah.
I was there.
How'd that go?
He hit me in my arm. And I looked at him like this and I go, not me. Right?
True story.
Not me.
He made a wrong move. So I punched him. And with just the most intensity, he looks at me and goes, "Not me!" It was like, "Not tonight! That's not happening!"
Of all nights, on our special night,
it's not going down that road today, Jensen! Not on my watch! And I instantly was like, "Nah, I respect that."
Until it's so much better. But then again...
That is a bit butcher than your version, which was more along the lines of, "Not me."
Yeah, in all fairness, everything I say sounds like, not me. You tell a great story, Jensen.
But it was the first time that you literally, "Hey, not me!" And I was like, "All right."
Yeah. Just trembling inside. Please, God. This could go one of two ways. You tell a great story. Then again, you have perfect ear canals, so I wouldn't expect anything less. Do you guys know that story when the guy came out to measure his ears for these? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Not only do they know the story. Not only do they know the story, they're over it. So we have a special treat for you. Rather than have the band waste their precious energy, Jared Padalecki is going to play you off. Jared, play that song you wrote for the boys, and Rob will sing.
Ladies and gentlemen, the smooth stylings of Jared Padalecki.
Jared Padalecki.
Can we just agree? Can we just do all of the conventions in Hawaii? This is great.
If you want to hang out, so right now what happens is we have a song we actually sing. You've never seen the end of the convention, but this is what we do. There's a song we sing. Stop it! This is what we do. This is the end of the band, and my time on the stage. Rob Benedict is done. We're done. So if you know the song, join us. Take it, boys. Feel free to improv.
It's the end of the con as we know it. It's the end.